What up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Ron, man. I'm back. MC Sports Media. How you guys doing? How was your weekend? Mine was great, but it's Monday and we getting back into the magnificence of the fight world. Look, I told y'all. Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley happened last night. And all the other fights on the undercard, man, they were great fights. It was a great event. But let's get into it, man. Man, I told y'all before the fight. See, look, I knew Jake could fight. That was my whole thing, was going up against Tyron Woodley, this Tyron Woodley. Because, see, a lot of people didn't understand that Tyron Woodley was 39. He's lost the last 4 fights. And if you watch his career, Tyron, he always dominated when he would counter with that right hand. That equalizer. But what you've noticed in his last fights was he was kind of like Adrian Broner, man. He stopped letting his hands go. He would wait too much, and that's exactly what he did last night. He didn't do enough to win. He was hesitant, and you can see it. Like, he was. I don't understand why. I mean, because I'm not in the ring, man. I get it. You have to be cautious when you know somebody can hit, but at a certain point, man, you have to go for what you know. And Tyron's corner kept telling him when it was like 6 minutes left. It was 2 rounds left. He was like, man, you got to let it go. Because at this point, you know, you losing the fight, bro. You losing. And it was a lot of, oh, I tricked him and all this talking. And I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, literally, he just didn't do enough. And shout out to Clarissa Shields. She said Tyron won the fight. There was a point in the 4th round, I think, where, Tyron caught Jake. Caught him with a good one and knocked him through the ropes. And if those ropes wasn't there, Buddy would have, probably fell through the ring, fell out the ring, whatever, because he caught him pretty good. But the ropes are there. I mean, I don't want to hear, oh, yeah, he really knocked him out. That fight should have been stopped. No, it shouldn't. The ropes were there. And when he got caught and he fell back through the ropes, he evaded. He gave himself time. He created distance. And Tyron wouldn't. Like, when you see blood, man, you got to go kill. He gave him too much time. So I didn't understand what was going on in Tyron's head. When you had him hurt like that, why didn't you press him harder? That's when you know somebody's hurt. He was hurt. You should have pressed him. Then, like, after the 5th, 6th round, you can see Jake was tired. He was tired, which means he wasn't going to have. He still was swinging back and scoring shots for sure. But they weren't as effective as they were in the first 3, 4 rounds. So that means take a shot. Take a shot. You had him hurt. So more than anything, I feel like Tyron lost that fight. But we did get to see that Jake is a fighter, which I kind of knew that just from what he did show. And I'm glad it did go the distance. We got to see the resilience in Jake Paul. We got to see, like, oh, okay, this kid can fight. He can fight, and I get it. A lot of people want to say, oh, well, Tyron, no. Jake put on a good show. They both did. And the box office numbers show that Tyron didn't do enough work. Jake won with the work. He was catching them with more shots. He was catching them with more effective shots as well. I think Tyron led on the power shots, but not by much. Everything else was like 11 punches for jabs for 35 or whatever. Like, he didn't do enough. He wasn't active enough. And sometimes activity will win the fight, especially unless you're catching them with really effective shots. Like, really effective shots that are like, oh man, he hurt him way too many times for us to give it to Jake. But that didn't happen. He had that one good chance where he could have really put Jake down. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. So everybody, please clap for Jake Paul, man. The kid could fight. So the question is, who's next, Jake? Who is next? Who's next? Is it Jorge Masvidal? Nate Diaz was tweeting a lot of, Nate Diaz was like, man, both of y'all suck. Who's next? I seen a little, back and forth between him and Tommy Fury. Jake actually looked better than Tommy Fury last night. Like, Jake, he's a fighter, man. He's taking this serious. He was composed. He knew he was going in there with a real threat. Let's not get it twisted. Tyron Woodley was a threat. And for his first boxing match, he did okay. He did good. Like, nothing to be ashamed of. But what does that say about Jake Paul? The kid can fight. The kid can fight. I was telling y'all that from the beginning. I was like, look, Tyron Woodley isn't the 2015, 2016 welterweight champion Tyron Woodley. He's the Tyron Woodley who's lost the last 5 fights. It's over. And that's okay, man, But the truth is, he got in there with a young kid who can fight. He was catching Tyron with some shit, man. Uppercuts. You made Tyron do this a few times, like, come on, yeah. That's cool. I don't know, man. Tyron's my guy, man. I got love for Tyron Woodley. I just looked at it for what it was, You have a fighter that's on his way out. You got this new kid, whether he's a YouTuber, Disney star, whatever, prankster, whatever, the kid can fight. The kid can fight, man. So I don't know, man. Jake doing something. I think he got the world looking now more than ever. And now it's like, who's next? Should he jump in with some real boxers? Nah. Because you can see it was like watching an amateur fight. You can see certain things Jake was doing wrong. He kept punching off his back foot. His hands, every time he threw punches, his hands was down, his chin was up in the air. It was so many moments where a boxer would have capitalized and ended the fight a long time ago. But again, like I said, he's only had a few fights professionally. So that was a very entertaining amateur fight, I think. I mean, it was a professional fight, but as far as skill-wise, it was definitely like a new amateur making his way up, a contender making his way up to become a professional. That's exactly what that was. So, yes, Jake Paul can't fight. I think he should keep doing what he's doing, though. Don't try to jump out there and fight, real boxers yet. Just keep on fighting these MMA guys or these, just fight guys. It'll be a match because he got a train going right now. Build slowly, man, and keep doing what you say is your initial goal is to just bring more people to boxing. So keep having great fighters under your card and bringing in the people and just getting better, fighting competition that isn't out of your league yet, And let's see what happens in the next few years, man. Next few years, man, you get a few more fights under your belt. You get about 20 or 15 more fights. Then you'll be ready because you got tired, my man. You got fatigued. You ain't never went eight rounds before. So It was good though, man. Overall, I enjoyed the fight. They're talking about it being a rematch. I don't want to see a rematch. I don't think nothing will really change. But I'm interested to see who Jake fights next. So you guys let me know. What do you think? Is Jake a real contender in this boxing world? Or is it just show? I don't know. You guys be the judge. But that's my time, guys. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.